It's actually pretty easy to build your abs once you stop letting your hip flexors do all the work. And the nice part is you can emphasize either your upper abs or your lower abs more based on the type of exercise you do. So to keep things simple, let me just share my 2 favorite exercises for both, and the ones I really credit for building my six-pack. Let's start with the lower abs. So a lot of new research suggests that muscle regions closest to the moving body part will grow the most. So for example, leg curls have been found to grow the lower hamstrings more than deadlifts, which seem to emphasize the upper hamstrings more. So to target the lower abs, we just want an exercise where the bottom half of our body moves towards the top half. And even though I now know how to do leg raises with correct form, I actually still prefer another exercise. See, if you've been keeping up with my recent videos, especially the one where I explained how to build muscle twice as fast, you know that muscles seem to grow best when they're challenged in their most stretched position. And I'm actually funding and helping run a study starting this month to investigate this further. But so far, the evidence is quite promising. But the problem with leg raises is they challenge your abs closer to the top when they're contracted. We want an exercise that does the opposite. So how do we accomplish that? Simple. We can make it more difficult at the start by laying back on a bench and doing reverse crunches. But you've got to remember what I just said about your hip flexors. If your back stays straight, they're going to be doing most of the work. So instead, bend your knees in towards your body and think about raising your hips up and crunching your knees towards your chest to actually round your spine. Think C shape instead of L shape. Go up as far as you can, then slowly control the way down. But I'll admit, this is a tough exercise. So let me first show you a more beginner-friendly version, followed by a more advanced version that you can gradually work up to. For beginners, bring your knees closer to your chest and try to just lift your tailbone off the bench without swinging your legs. If you can do that, you'll still be effectively hitting your lower abs. Once you get stronger, try to get higher and higher and then gradually straighten your legs out more to simulate the effect of adding weight to the movement. And if you want to make this even more effective, then you want to increase the stretch your abs get at the bottom. And for that, I'd highly recommend getting an ab mat and placing that between your lower back and the bench. And I'll leave an Amazon link to the one I recommend in the description box down below.